What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I'm disappointed that Shea Gilgeous-Alexander loses the NBA's MVP award. The league knows damn well it was his to win. SGA was named a finalist for the award, but lost to Denver's Nikola Jokic. I kind of knew he would win a third time. I knew that this was going to Nikola Jokic. When it comes to Nikola Jokic, we're biased. The favoritism is a joke and it's insulting. It's insulting to SGA and the rest of the league. It's not a fair game anymore. It's a popularity contest. It's more about who we like and not what the player did on the court to earn the award. It's so painfully true. Disgusting, sickening. Tell me, how did Jokic win the MVP over Shea? Come on now, really? It's the it's the guy who's most valuable. And that guy this season was Shea. This is the true definition of robbery. It's a huge snub when Shea gets overlooked at every turn and you give it to the Nuggets big man who already won MVP twice. The feeling that I get from this is it can only be described as an act of favoritism. It's all agenda based, and the NBA awards should be voted by the players and coaches, not by media personnel with talking heads. The bias is so clear and evident. It's such an embarrassing look for the league. Do better. Be better. I know they were biased. I mean, I knew they were biased, but this is just too much. This really is too much. That's why awards don't matter anymore. It's all politics. I just find it odd. You're naming him the MVP when SGA had the year that he had. So we're just gonna sit here and ignore what he did this season? He got robbed. He got straight up robbed. The fact that SGA doesn't win the MVP award is mind-boggling. I actually don't get what more he has to do. I really don't. So damn underrated, unappreciated. I don't think people realize how good of a player he actually is. Shea had more total points, more points per game, same amount of blocks, way more steals, less turnovers, more free throws made, more threes made, not to mention that he led his team to the number one seed in the conference. But controversial omissions always happen when it comes to MVP voting. But we've seen players before get robbed of the award. So this is nothing new. And yes, that does tell you everything you need to know about the MVP voting. The hypocrisy, the corruption, the popularity, the likeness among certain players. I mean, we're basically discrediting everything this man did just so we can desperately do everything we can to make Jokic the face of the league. That's all it comes down to, folks. We desperately want to make this man the face of the league so bad. You've never seen anyone like Shea, who became the only player in history to average 30 or more points per game, lead his team to the top of the Western Conference, and still fall short after falling short of winning the award. I mean, that's just crazy to me. Now think about that. Just think about that for a second. We have a guy who statistically had a better season than Jokic, and yet the award goes to Jokic. The disrespect Shea got is unfathomable. But you could somewhat see this coming. I mean, we all saw this coming. And again, it's not surprising that Jokic was named the MVP again, which puts him in rarefied company. He won yet another MVP in decisive fashion, taking home 79 of 99 first place votes. This particular award elevates him to another tier. That means, of course, Jokic stands firmly in living legend status. I can tell you, we will for sure now have lengthy discussions about his legendary status because we just can't stop talking about Jokic. Most specifically because he's a defending champion, a two-time MVP. Jokic wins his third MVP. He is, after all, the league's handsome face, or at least they're trying to make him be the league's handsome face. It must be nice to have the name Jokic and be portrayed as a DC villain known as the Joker, because let me tell you, this is an absolute joke. You know, this is why I can't take these NBA awards seriously. It's as corrupt as our political system. They put, they put who they want in office anyway. Well, that's the same with these NBA awards. It's not about Shai's skills, mind you. It's not about him being this elite player. It never was. It's about Jokic being this likable figure, a champion, and it's about what the NBA wants him to be. The superstar who doesn't win the award, or at least doesn't get the same attention that Jokic gets, has his team up 1-0 in the series versus Dallas, while Nikola's team trails 0-2 in the series versus Minnesota. I'm trying to make sense of all this, but I think I explained it and broke it down as possibly as I could. This was about Shai, or it should have been about Shai. Or should I say, it should have been about Shai. The player he's been, the player he's becoming. The stats were robust. Shai is merely one of the most exciting guards in the league, and yet we can't even regard him as one, and he doesn't win the MVP award. It's not right. It's not right at all. It's not right. Jokic already won 2 of these. I mean, again, what more does Shai have to do? This is straight up robbery. That's all it is. It's really, really sad. But you know what he can do? He could show everybody who he truly is and the player that he is. He could take this personal and say, you know what? I'm going to show everybody who the real MVP is. Thanks for watching, everyone. Really appreciate the love and support. We'll talk very soon. Thank you for watching my content. Hit the subscribe button if you like this video. Peace.